Hi everybody, it's Amy at Crafty Cat. Welcome back. I'm glad to see you all, and yeah, it's been a bit. But I knew I wanted to come and do my I saw it in Somerset Studio Magazine with you guys because that's always fun. So we only had this video this week, but next week might be a little bit hit and miss, and then after that we should be back to normal. What we're going to do today is this Foraging in the Forest, and this is by Linda Cave. And you can see she did these adorable watercolors, or these might be like colored pencils. I don't know. It's just the little like extras that they put in these Somerset Studio magazines, so there's not a lot of instructions or how they did it type thing. They do look a bit colored. I'm going to do them in watercolor. So what I've done ahead, because I wanted to do the freebie, is I have done a little sketch and then I inked it, scanned it. So this is the freebie that you'll get. So if you want to do the same image, that way you can do it with me. And then we'll make a little card out of that. So I know a lot of the work is done and you missed all that, but that was kind of the way I could do it to share it with you guys. I guess I could have done a video and then uploaded it or whatever, but I didn't because I did it on a day when I was cutting stuff on the Glowforge and all that. So sorry about that, but at least now you got the freebie. I don't know, how did that get under there? Weird. I have my Arteza watercolors, and I'm going to use my number 8 round, and then I also have just some other little brushes around that I might use. I don't know, these are just cheapy ones, but anyway, this one's a fairly nice brush that I got at Hobby Lobby. It's a Master's Touch. It's not fantastic, but it's not bad. So how are you guys? I'm so glad to be back. I feel a little discombobulated, you can probably tell. It's just weird when you come back again after not making any videos for, gosh, it's been over a week, I think. So anyway, but it's nice to see all of you, or be here with you. I guess I don't get to see you, right? So I'm going to just do a little water down on the bottom here. I like to do the wet on wet thing, but that is of course a personal preference. If you prefer to do more of a dry, wet on dry, or however you like to do it. I just like to do this. It depends on your watercolors too, because some really whoosh, if it's wet. These Arteza ones aren't the fanciest, so they tend to sort of just stay in your wet where you put them, you know. They don't bleed out a whole bunch. So I'm just going to do a little green here. I'll do a little blue. It is bleeding up a little bit into the mushrooms, but that's okay because it's a good color for the bottom of those mushrooms. So I hope you guys had a fantastic Christmas. I had a lovely Christmas. My kids are still hanging out a little bit today, and then they're kind of going to go back to work and whatnot. But we are going to get together on Saturday and hang out with my sister. So that'll be fun. But yeah, we had a lovely little Christmas. Very chill, which is just how we like it around here. There aren't very many of us, so it's kind of easy to just have a relaxing day. Because I only had to make dinner for 6 people, so that wasn't bad. I know it's a good idea to tape, and I'm sure I probably drive people crazy because I don't tape my paper down. That keeps it from buckling up so bad, but I like to turn it and turn it and turn it sometimes. So that's why. I know I could probably use some kind of board that I could do that with, but anyway, this is just what I decided to do today with this little, it's just a little one, so I'm not super stressed about it, but I'm just kind of putting some blue here and there. And I'm leaving some white spots, and I'm fine with that too, because I do like that look when looks a little, I don't want to say unfinished, because that's not really how it looks. It's just that I like that look of just having a little bit of white space here and there. And that's, of course, personal preference again. And if I get some blue on the plants, it's fine, because we're going to come over with some green. So it will all work out. Yeah, my kids are here, so if you hear them jabbering and yelling at each other, it's not, they don't get along. They get along fantastically. They did the coolest thing. I don't know if you've seen it at all, but I haven't seen it. I'm not on TikTok, but my daughter got on TikTok. Oh, I just went across that mushroom. Oh, well. And they had JCPenney or somebody from JCPenney did these funny, like sibling photos is what my daughter saw. And she's like, oh my gosh, my brother and I need to do that. So you go to JCPenney and they just do all these kooky poses and just silliness kind of, you know. And it was just perfect for those two because they are so goofy together. So the photos were fantastic, and that's what they gave us for Christmas and their grandparents. And oh my gosh, they're so funny. Some of them are like poses and stuff from the 80s, like just really weird stuff that they used to do in photos. I don't know. They're a hoot. So that was our gift from them, and I just loved it. Because how fun is that? We haven't done like family photos in a while. You know, you kind of forget to do it, and then all of a sudden it's like you might do it a few years in a row, and then you don't, and yeah. But anyway, great photos. So funny. Because it kind of all started, they have one that they do every 4 years here at our house. It started because my son always, like, his sister hugs him and he always makes a funny face, like, you know, he's just being tortured. And so they started doing that funny picture on a regular basis. They sit in front of the fireplace, and she looks like she's trying to hug him and he's trying to get away from her, basically. But anyway, it's just funny. That's right up their alley, those photos that they had done. Okay, and then we'll do the leaves. So I need some different greens. And I'm just, you know, playing around with my colors over here, mixing my own colors. And you can do that, or you can just use the pans directly. However, that's again personal preference. And I am going to turn this around. That keeps me from dragging my hand through it, is why I think I like to do that. But I could tape it to some type of glass or board or something that I could move, but I don't know. I just like to do it like this. We all got our things, right? That we like when we make our artwork. And I am no pro at this, and I probably should have let that dry more. That's something you can do for sure. And get yourself a paper towel, which I forgot. And if you get it dried off a little, you can kind of pick it up if it goes out. Or you can let it be. It's up to you what you want to do. I mean, it's not a big thing. It'll just give you more green looking up there. So, but if you don't want to get any bleeding, let your blue sky dry and then go in with your other. That's always a problem with the videoing, is I always end up with kind of those dilemmas, I think. Get too much water on that. But regardless, we had a lovely Christmas. And I was just busy last week getting stuff ready. Didn't get very many videos done. I was hoping to get more done than I did, but it just didn't happen. So just the way it is sometimes. And that was good. Got too much paint on there at once and went out of the lines. A tip is to have two water jars, which is what I do. And you have one with clean water and one with dirty water. And that way you can clean your brush off easier, and then you'll have clean water to use to fix things or just add water or whatever the thing is that you might need a little extra water for. So and if you get a little out up here, I kind of like that, but you know, you do what you want to do. I'm just going to kind of come in here with some green. So yeah, I hope you guys had a good Christmas if you celebrate, or Hanukkah or Kwanzaa, whatever the case may be. Just good family time, really, is what it comes down to. I feel like that's the important part. Oh, the other thing we did, my daughter got her first new car that she bought herself. So we went and did that. That was another thing that kept me busy last week. But anyway, she did it all by herself. No help from us. So, I mean, she had a car, but it was our old Volkswagen Beetle that we had. I don't know why I just did that. That was not smart. Because I don't want this to all be... I don't mind a little out, but I don't want it to all be, like, messed up there. So, yeah, she bought a little Kia. And it's cute. Because the Bug, unfortunately, is 24 years old, and it's kind of getting on its last legs. So it was kind of time. It's in the shop right now, as a matter of fact. And it's kind of scary. I don't like her driving at night. She, you know, works at night and stuff because she's a server, and it's just scary. So I was glad that she was able to do that. She's got a job interview coming up, so that's another good thing. So keep your fingers crossed, y'all, that she will get that job. That would be super helpful. We're hoping in her field. I told her I thought it would get better once we got through the holidays and everything that's been going on in America. So yeah, that was a definite good deal. She's excited. My son's wanting a new car too, but he has to wait until he's got another year and a half of college. But he'll get there. His biggest problem is he's driving an old Ford Explorer, and it's a gas guzzler, and he delivers pizza, so that's kind of the big problem he's having. So yeah, you can just go along and I'm trying to find where the green is I want. There it is. Decide what you want to do for your colors, and if you paint in one part of a plant here and then move over to another part of the picture, hopefully you won't have problems like I did with I think those are actually more of a limey green, aren't they? Those fern, the little twirly guys, I think. I don't know, I can't remember, to be honest. I'm trying to do it out of my head. I guess it doesn't really matter. Just want different nature-y type colors, browns and greens and all that. Oh, I forgot that little bit on that one right there. So I'm going to do it the same color just so. And then I'm going to do that mushroom in the red because I like that. Those red mushrooms. I know they're poisonous, but they're cute. And it would be good if you had that, oh, I can never remember what that stuff's called, that you paint on the little spots first so they stay white. The word's escaping me. Anyways, but I'm just going to kind of go around them. That just makes it easier so you don't get the red in the little white spots. It just rained all night last night. It's like our weather all warmed up. We've been in the 40s, 50s. It was even almost 60 on Friday. And it's just weird because it was so bitter cold. So it didn't even really feel like Christmas because it was so warm and just like rainy and stuff. That's like our November weather. It's like our weather got all flipped around. Weird weather. And then a lot of times mushrooms on the bottom are kind of brown to, you know, really almost a white. So if you want, you can kind of just go in some spots with a brown or something and just make some shadow marks and things like that, and not worry a whole lot about covering the whole thing because they're fairly light colored on their little feet and a little darker underneath, obviously, where all the little lines and stuff are. The one cool thing about doing the ink and wash, or, you know, using your ink, is because you're drawing in all the details. So a lot of the paint obviously is just color, so you don't have to, I got too close to that. I would let it dry if I was you, rather than trying to mess with this like I am. That just really wants to be down there, doesn't it? Oh, making it worse. I'll let that dry and then I'll try to come figure it out. I say as I continue to mess with it. Okay, and the one, I'll do some of these guys since it's, and they're fairly light colored too, these tall ones. A lot of them are pretty much just white actually, but you can, I've also seen them in kind of a purple color. Maybe we'll do that just for something different. I mean, you can make them any color you want, honestly. You don't have to, it just depends on how realistic you want it to look. It's always good to just have some water in a spray bottle too when you're doing these kind of things. We'll just have fun with our mushrooms and make them whatever color we want. She did stick, obviously, to very earthy tones, so, and if you want to do that, do that. But yeah, we had a very nice Christmas. kept it under control, didn't go nuts. So it was nice. Very low key. There's just always a lot of prep coming up to it, obviously, as you all well know. I'm gonna put even some more, a little bit of brown in here, because this one's coming right out of the dirt there. Oh, it could have even been a red one, huh? Maybe we'll add a little red. I forgot about that. Because that's how they do when they come out of the dirt. They kind of look like little eggs poking up. I don't know all the names of the colors here, sorry. I do have a little key somewhere, but I don't know. They're Arteza. They're general pack of colors, nothing fancy. For this type of thing, you could use any watercolors you want. It doesn't have to be fancy. Just have fun with it. Man, I keep wiping the water off and I keep getting too much. Too much. There's a lot of detail even in a little painting like this. It's kind of crazy. Yeah, I didn't know that mushrooms could be purple, but I have actually seen purple mushrooms. It's crazy. The colors, they can come in blue. We only get little white ones around here. That's it. Nothing else. Got that little leaf down there. I think I'll make it look a little bit maybe fallish. Even though there's all the green. You know how leaves sometimes just stick around on the ground, especially if you're in like a forest where nobody's obviously cleaning them up, right? There's another little one right here. Put some more brown down here. Oopsie. That wasn't very smart. Now I have red everywhere. That little mushroom wants to get everywhere. Yeah, but you could just fiddle around with this forever, making things how you want them. I do get quiet doing this. Sorry about that. It's a little bit more of the shadow side there. Want that cleaned off a little bit more. I'm going to add a little bit more green to some of these spots. Like right here. Oops, that's not good. Not meant to be quite so brown there. All right, so I'm pretty much gonna kind of leave it like that because I don't want to cover up the spots and all of that kind of thing. I think. Do I want to add? Just maybe a little bit of this. This is Tim Holtz Distress Oxide in the honey. Wild honey. I can never remember the name of that stuff, honestly. Put down here. I do like these Distress Oxides with the watercolor because they just add something, I feel like. Maybe I'll do some of these a little bit darker, and then I'll let it dry and I'll come back and we'll put together our little card. I like the foot on this one needs to be a little darker. She didn't do splatters, but I think I'm going to do a little bit of splatters. And that purple. Seriously. They're a little bit big. And I'm going to let it dry and I'll be right back. Okay, I am back and it is mostly dry now. So we're going to take this piece of paper and put it here. And this is just a scrap that I had that has Distress Oxides on it. It's just going to be our background. You're not going to see a whole lot of it. So I just need something to glue on. I did add you can see the square. I added some of this Distress Oxide around the edges just so it would have a little bit more where you're going to see it. But other than that, it was a scrap that I had. I think it was when my sister and I were playing with the jelly plate with the Distress Oxides. That's what I like to do with the jelly plate the most. I'm not a huge fan of the paint on it. Just for myself using it, I don't. I like to see what other people do. I just don't. It's just a big fat mess. And I don't use it very often. I should. And that's just brown craft, but you could use anything because I'm covering the entire top of it, so it doesn't really matter. I'll just cut it wherever it's sticking over, if it is. Oh, that's weird. It's like that wasn't all the way dry. It's been sitting here for over an hour. Or maybe it just burnished it. That's crazy. All right, is it hanging over? Not horribly, but a little bit. Of course, where the fold is. Because that's easy to cut off, right? You could measure and then you don't have these problems. But where's the fun in that? Yeah, this is just going to be a greeting card. You could use it in a journal. You could stitch it into the signature, or do a smaller one and have it as a journaling card or whatever. I just sort of doing what they did today. I did follow along pretty closely. Sometimes I go completely off the rails, but that's hanging over too. Man, I did not do good with that. All right. Those are not my best scissors either. And now I need to find and put all of my ink away. Okay. Just a little. Don't have to do that. And then I'm going to put this on here. I think it'll be a cute card. I guess I'll use this. Just some liquid glue because I think it'll hold a little bit better than just, what do you call it? Glue stick. I gave the little snowman I painted to my friend. She loved it. They do make good gifts. And especially if you have to mail stuff now because it costs so much, it's nice to have something like this that you made, but it can go in an envelope, you know? And then you don't have to break the bank just to post something. It's just gotten so bad. Okay, there she is. That's what I have for us today. And you can do it closer to how they did it in the magazine, or go completely in another direction with different colors and stuff, because see, she kept hers really pretty neutral. Mine's a little bit more colorful, but you're just drawing inspiration, so yeah, just try to remember that. And of course, you could do your own sketches too. You don't have to use mine. I just wanted to provide it in case somebody wanted to do it and was like, I don't want to draw it. So this is by Linda Cave, and thank you so much for joining me. I hope you guys have an awesome weekend, and I'll see you again soon. Love ya. Bye.